Sure. So Social Security, on that side, as planners, you got to understand we are nerds. We are absolute
We
nerds, and we are playing a game of chess, and we are constantly thinking about the best way to to save you the least amount in taxes over your entire journey. So Social Security in our minds, as long as you're a healthy person, life is good, no immediate needs that we can see, we like to delay Social Security because the benefit increases so much by the time you wait to get to 70. And if you're like most of our families, you come in with a lot of tax-deferred assets. So being nerds in planning, we want to say, hey, how can we do as much planning as possible and give ourselves the most amount of room to do some tax planning, Roth conversions, et cetera, while we have the opportunity before Social Security is forced upon you. Because once it's forced upon you, we see that as income that is taking up a gap of space inside of a preferential tax bracket, to say it as easily as possible. So we say, hey, it's best to wait, and we can give you all the reasons in the world. But I've come across some families, Grant, that in their mind, it doesn't matter to them. But typically our families, it matters. And when you tell them, hey, this is not a simple decision, there's a whole lot more to this, and here's why. Typically we see our families say, hey, that makes a lot of sense, and that we can go from there.
100%.
And every family's different. Depending on your asset base, we'll give you a different suggestion. But it's every family, when they come into our doors, if we think that we're going to know, hey, they're this age, they have this much money, it's in these types of accounts, and they come in, we say, well, this is what we're going to do. This is the plan before they even get there. That'd be a foolish thing to do on our end to expect that. We have to get the full story before we can give the best advice.
100%. And this goes back to not just Social Security, but also decisions you're making with certain pension programs. Believe it or not, pensions still do exist for many of our families, and they're still out there. And oftentimes, being in the career in the early 2000s, it was very common for me to see other advisors just say, oh, yeah, your pension, it's not going to pay what we can make you in the market. Go ahead and move that over here, cash it out. You don't need that fixed income. Whoa, pump the brakes. Some of these pension income vehicles that you have through your employer are very powerful.